Hello and welcome to Rosberry Crafts, my YouTube channel where I share all my crafty adventures. Today is October the 2nd, 2025, and this is episode 141. Today I had some really weird lighting going on, so I'm on the floor in front of the bookcase, but it means you get to see more of the beautiful books and the space in the books. I don't know. I'm not in charge of the bookcase. That's Mike's responsibility. He likes to organize the books and then reorganize them in a different way another time. So he recently got the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. He got a signed copy of that series. So I think that's what was in the regular ones were in there. I don't know. Anyway, maybe he has them out somewhere. I don't know why I'm talking about the books, but there we go. Lots of books, beautiful books. Hopefully it's not too busy of a background. Also, there was some weird lighting going on, so I don't know. It's always too much light on this side and not enough on this side, but I think it's okay. We're gonna go with it. My name is Roz, and I live in Lake Country, British Columbia, Canada, with my husband and my two kids who are 15 and 13. If you would like to support the podcast, I do have my Ko-fi account linked in down below. However, this podcast is free, no pressure to do anything. Just if you feel like it, it is linked down below. And today for you, I have what am I wearing, works in progress, events, and books. So it's going to be a shorter one than last week. They always tend to go a little longer when Mike's on. He's a talker, and I love him for it. So what am I wearing? This is a foolproof cowl. This is a pattern by Louise Zazbangham. I have made quite a few of these. This is the most recent one. And I find that I reach for it the most. I don't know if it's the colors that I just kind of go with everything that I have, or I think I knit it a bit tighter than the other ones. I don't know if I used a different needle or whatever, but or the yarn was plumper, I don't know, but I reach for this one a lot. So it is a double looped cowl. You can knit it in stripes or in plain or in chunks, or there's so many different options. Definitely check out this pattern. I love it. The blue and purple is some Upsook merino sock. This was dyed by a yarn store called Upsook in Sook on the Vancouver Island. And it, merino sock. And then the silver color is from Sea Turtle Fiber Arts in their Ridley sock. And I had the main skein left over from a On the Spice Market shawl that I did. And this was leftovers, and it worked out that I did run out a bit at the end. So there is a bit that is just the blue and purple, like quite a chunk at the end, but it's behind my neck, you can't see it, so I think it worked out just great, and I love wearing it. It is so warm. I think because it's so thick, like it really keeps the back of my neck warm, which keeps me warm. I don't know how to explain it, but I find that if the back of my neck has something on it, even if the front is more open, then I am much, much warmer. So there we go. That is it for what am I wearing. We'll move on to works in progress. It's kind of works in progress, kind of finished objects. I have two volleyball hats. So had I finished one last week? Anyway, I'm not counting these finished until they're all done. So this was the first one I did, and here is the second one. I started on a different color repeat, but same size, and I just got to weave in the ends, obviously. So that is those two, and I've cast on the third one. So I do have 20 balls of this. I talked about it quite extensively last week, but this is I'm not using a pattern. I'm just doing what I normally do for hats. This is out of Brava stripes in the grayscale color. It is 100% acrylic. Definitely feels like acrylic, but not in a bad way. So if you felt it, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's acrylic, but it's soft, and it's going to teenage boys. So who knows what they're gonna do, shove it in the bottom of their bag, leave it in their car, whatever. So it'll be easy for them to care for it. And then I have white in the same Brava to duplicate stitch on the numbers from their volleyball team. So this is my son's volleyball team that I'm making them hats. So yeah, I think they're turning out really nice. I'm doing 15 rounds for the ribbing, which if I start close to the beginning of a color repeat, which is what I'm trying to do, then I get 3 colors in the brim and then 30 rows of the body, and then I do my decreases. I just divide the stitches by 8, and then that's where my decrease markers go. So I end up with 8 kind of sections of the decreases. It's a recipe, not a pattern. I'm not going to write it out. There are so many basic hat patterns out there. If you need one, look up Tin Can Knits. They have basic everything, and I kind of got my numbers off of there, but I just do it now because I've got so many hats. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just going to keep working on those. We don't have a volleyball tournament this weekend, and we don't have anything over Thanksgiving, maybe a scrimmage game, like a fun game, but nothing serious. So then after that we have like our big tournament, not our home tournament, but a big tournament in Kelowna. So I would kind of like to have them done for that. So that's like 2 weeks away. I don't know, I might be able to do it. And if not, I'll do it for the next weekend or the week, whenever I get them done. But be a good kind of like goal to have them done and hand them out for the KSS tournament. So we will see. I do have 20 balls of this, and I'm making 14 hats. So, and I definitely, like, I had tons left over from this was from the second hat that I knit. So I'm definitely going to be able to make extra hats. They won't necessarily have the like correct striping. Yeah, I don't know. I might make myself something else with it. I don't know what, like a vest or something, depending on how much I actually have left, or like a cowl that is in the same, like the cowl like this that had the stripes on it. Maybe, I don't know. We will see. Time will tell how much is left. I am starting a new ball of yarn for each hat, and starting at like whatever the first full color repeat is. So I do have some weird bits and partial balls happening, but I'm okay with that. Whatever is left is whatever is left. All right, let's move that over. So yeah, that's pretty basic. And I'm going to make, I don't know if I said this last week, these are, the first 2 were 96 stitches, which is like a men's large hat. And then I did one at 88. I'm going to see how that fits my son's head, and I'll probably do most of them at 88. I don't know. I feel like I should, I need to like review the video of their games and like pause it and be like, okay, he's got a big head, he's got a smaller head, count how many of each I need. Or maybe just do most of them at 88. I know a couple of them are more like bigger guys, right? So they're, grade 12 students, so they're just bigger. Anyway, you guys don't need to know all of those details, do you? But talking about it with you guys helps my brain percolate exactly what it is that I want to do. So that's one of the things, I mean, besides, being on the internet and putting myself out there and having a community and chit-chatting with you guys in the comments and on Instagram and Ravelry and stuff. I love this format for me to talk through the things that are kind of in my head, and then it helps me really figure out what it is that I'm trying to accomplish with all of this knitting stuff. So, yeah. Next up is finally a work in progress. This is my stumble dress I cast on this week. I don't know what day, doesn't matter. And this is what I have so far. Where's the back? Not that it really matters. So I've done the neckline and I did the short rows, and I'm just about finished the first, no, not just about, but I'm getting close to being done the first kind of mini skein of yarn. It's hard to see because it's on needles, it's all scrunched up and doesn't really, you don't really get the idea of it, but I'm trying to like show you. So you can see like there's more of it in the back than in the front. But I love this yarn, both of these. So this I cast on, a bit of a story time because I need to make a decision on this. I'm not sure that I like this top color starting it. So my thought, what I might do is start it in the full skein, which is this lovely, beautiful, beautiful colors. It's like so pretty. So this is the full skein that I have. So I thought if I started in that, and then I can go through, this is the first 12 days, and then this is the second 12 ending with the green here. And then I could, let's see if I can do this. Oh, I'm probably bumping the mic. And then, so it goes like this, and then it would end with this as well. And I would do some on the cuffs, the ribbing on the cuffs for the sleeves would also be in this color so that it kind of ties it all together. And this color does go beautifully with this. However, I think that it's too stark a contrast for the top. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not going to rip it out yet, but I was thinking that I would continue on for the first, until I get to the second color and see kind of the progression. But you can see like the pinks are a while there and they fade. This is supposed to be a fade. So when I was originally thinking this, I was thinking that would be a good idea. This is really striping up a lot more than I thought it would. So I have a second, well, I have three options. One is keep it how it is, continue on, do the cuffs and the bottom in that single skein, the Christmas color, and continue on as is. The second and third both include ripping the entire thing out, which it's only a few days of work. It's not that bad, so I'm okay with it. The second would be that I would replace it with this. So this is Knit Pick Stroll in ash. So it's just like a medium gray, right? It's just gray. So that's gonna go, obviously that's gonna be a stark contrast to the pink, but it's so neutral that I don't know that it would give the same kind of like, because this is so busy into the other one, right? I think that's what I don't like about it. It's like, if it was just this or just that, it would be okay. But the busyness into a different kind of busyness and a different kind of color palette is really throwing me off. So I have a ton of this because I bought it for a blanket and I have a ton left. Well, I have like 1,000 meters left. So definitely plenty for what I plan to do. So option, what did I say? Option one would be just to continue on as is. Option two would be to cast on, do the ribbing in this, and then start with the first color. Maybe even do the short rows in the first color, because I think that's another piece that's throwing me off. Because the short rows are a lot longer than they're a lot deeper than I thought they were going to be, but that's going to be good for the sweater because I want it up on my neck more in the back and a bit more rounded in the front. So I like that design. The color is throwing me off. So I could do the ribbing in this and then start into the color and then continue on with all my colors. When I switch from one color to the next color, I could put a gray stripe in, or I could just do the gray at the edges to kind of frame the piece. I think it would look kind of cool with the gray stripe, like even just a two or four row stripe, probably two between each color, because it would give it more of a striped effect, because you'd really be dividing out the colors. And this is such a neutral that the colors would definitely pop more. So I guess that's like 2A and 2B. And then C would be forget the whole skein, forget the gray, and just do it from the light pink all the way through the green and just let it flow. So The first option, one, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. The first option would be to keep going as is with this top color. Again, where's the front? So this would be the front. You can kind of see the triangles there of the short rows. So just keep going with this top color and make the cuffs and the hem of the dress in this fun sort of stripy multicolor, variegated, and then just continue on with these ones. The option 2A would be just to do the cuffs in the gray. Option 2B would be to do the cuffs in the gray and stripe the gray between the colors. And then option 3 would be basically just these two skeins. You're good to go. That's a lot of talking. And I didn't even talk about what the pattern is or what the yarn is. Okay, to help you decide, I'm gonna put a picture in here of the dress from the designers. So that's here. It's called Stumble Dress and it's by Lydia Morrow. There is a t-shirt and a skirt, and then you can buy them separately if you only want to do one piece of it, or you can buy the dress pattern, which is basically the shirt and the dress together in one pattern. But it does, because there's different gauges for them and stuff, because of course a skirt you want like really loosey-goosey. Anyway, she talks about it all in the description of the pattern. It will be linked down below along with everything else that I talk about today. The yarn is Fireweed Fiber Co. Yeah, this is it here. This is from the single skein. So this Fireweed Fiber Co. Holiday at the Cottage. This is her Sweet Pea sock, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and it is a 2-ply. I've used it for socks and other things, and I really, really love this yarn. So that's not a problem. The Stroll is a 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it is a more rounder yarn, but I think, and it's a bit softer, but I think it would still work really well with this yarn because it's just gonna be the frame that holds the pictures. Well, my battery died. Hopefully I was just talking about my sweater, and I think I was done talking about my sweater. Yeah. If I was not doing a striping of an Advent yarn, then I would just start the sweater with the gray and, go into the color that I want to do. And I still could do that from the other end of this and just see if I like that better, because I definitely have more cables for my Lick and Needles, so I might do that. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I just need to sit with this for a little bit, because I do love the colors, and like overall this main skein looks great with all these colors, and there is like the same feel throughout, and like these purples are in here, right? Like it's there. I'm not seeing it. So help me out. What do you think? Comment down below, message me, email me. All my contact links are down below. Let me know what you think about that. And we're gonna call that good for works in progress and move on to events. I'm still participating in the Down Cellar Studio Pigskin Party, which is linked down below. And this is following the 25-26 football season. It is now the beginning of October, so we've started our October theme. I think it's to knit a cozy of some kind. And you can get extra points for that and whatnot. But yeah, some really fun stuff. Check it out. There's Ravelry groups and the website and Instagram and all the things. So it's a super fun place to be, and I enjoy it every year. And for books, that's the last section that I have to talk about. I have finished Tusk Love. It was a enjoyable read. If you're expecting some sort of twist and turn and that's not the book. This is a lovely romantic fantasy adventure. So there's a little bit of adventure, there's some romance, there's some spice. Definitely not for children, not even teens, maybe older teens is fine, but you know, they're definitely, you know, and there's, you know, will they, won't they, and you know that it's got a happy ending, so it's, you know, it's all gonna work out, and then everything's tied up in a neat little bow and so nice. So this is Tusk Love is by Thea Guanzon, I don't know how to say that. If only I was prepared enough to look this stuff up ahead of time. Anyway, Mike read the book, I've read the book, we've talked about it. It's a nice book. It was very nice. And I am now on to my next series, finishing a series. I've been looking through my list today. I think I'm down to like 14 series. I'm definitely not going to finish them all by the end of the year. But my next library book should be coming in soon. So that is from The Keeper of the Lost Cities, my son's favorite, one of his favorite series. He asked if I would read it, so I am going to. I've read the first book, and now I'm going to read the second one. So whenever that comes in, I'll be jumping over to that. But in the meantime, I've got a few other ones on my Kobo that I have through Kobo Plus that I will dig out and get going on those series again. I think I have more in the Her Majesty's Royal Coven series. I think I have those ones already. And I can't remember, honestly. I think the Freya series I think I have on Kobo Plus. So I think both of those I definitely have books to finish in those. So, you know, there we go. Moving on to those. I think that's everything that I have to talk to you about today. Hopefully this was not too disjointed and all over the place. I do feel a little bit like my brain is not sure what's happening. With the Tuesday, we had a holiday Tuesday here, not everywhere in Canada, but most places in Canada. It's Truth and Reconciliation Day. There was lots of great presentations and walks and stuff to make sure that we remember and don't let it happen again, those terrible acts to Indigenous folks in Canada. I don't want to get into it, but there you go. So that was the Tuesday holiday is throwing me off. I can't remember that it's Thursday. Things, you know, and then now no volleyball this weekend. I don't know what to do with myself. Well, I do know what I'm going to do. We're having friends over for a movie night. We're playing D&D on Saturday. And I think we're going to get, if it's nice enough, we're going to get out on the Sea-Doo one last time. So it should be a very nice weekend. Hopefully the weather's nice. Hopefully you guys are enjoying whatever you're working on, and we will see you guys again next time. Bye.